So, my stomach started hurting right as I was turning on my stream. So, I don't know how long I will be streaming for tonight, but hopefully it'll be for a while and my stomach will stop. So today's game, hopefully, it does not lag. And we're gonna play the Forgotten City. I wanted to play it last time, but I was lagging and I think I figured out the issue. So, hopefully. Why do you always want to harass me? You only want to harass me because I harass you. I know that's what it is. You guys can hear the game, right? Let me know if it lags. It's all I need to know. There's a new game. No, I'm not using a new mic. Why? Does it sound different? Do I sound different?
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, it's probably because I'm not plugged into my controller normally, because I'm using an Xbox controller instead of my PS. So. I don't like the echoey. Echo, echo, echo.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
It's not lagging, right? Mouse. Okay, good.
Oh, you're an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured.
Kitty, shut the fuck up.
I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter
what.
There's no way I'm leaving without him.
What?
So I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting.
What?
What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him. If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
Come here.
Oh, of course.
Sure.
Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. I just... What do you want to know?
I want to know everything. Who is Al?
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is. You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
What can you tell me about
Not
the roots?
much, really. But imagine
Laz,
what
shut the
you
fuck
find
up.
here. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al. Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean? Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
Let me say it again.
All right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen. You're welcome. Always happy to help.
My goodness,
Was there
what?
anything else you wanted to ask?
That's all my questions I
Great.
have.
So you're ready to go look for Al?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Please.
Kitty, shut
Oh,
the
and
fuck
I
up.
left this here. But I think you'll need it more than
I
I
already gave you fresh water, meat box, gave you food. What the hell you want? Asshole about this. Yes. Ooh. Laz, don't encourage it. Okay, see. So the reason why I like this game, I mean, aside that it was once a Skyrim mod. I don't know if it's still a Skyrim mod, but anyways, the graphics for the Skyrim was really good. And then when it came out on game here, as you can see, graphics are very nice, very nice. And you know, I'm a sucker for environmental graphics. Look at that. Look. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so a little Laz, shut up. So a little side story or side note on this. So this game is like repetitive, and what I mean by that is that I keep going back to the same day of when I arrived here. So how that happens is that if someone breaks the golden rule, the statues, which you'll see them in a minute, will come to life and start making everybody turn into gold. But how it's prevented is that there's this guy that goes to where I arrive at and like repeat chants something to like rewind time. You'll see what I mean. But yes, it is a little repetitive, but in all, it's actually a really good story, and the graphics are like very, very nice. So, on with the story. Look at that. Look at that shit. Sprinting. Look how nice that shit looks. So like also the the golden rules are no stealing, killing, you know, just basic stuff like that. Anyways, yeah. This new building looks nice. A pack full of worn hiking clothes and empty food packets. Nothing valuable here, but still seems strange that Al left it behind.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an
I'll be right back once
Roman
my
city
cat leaves.
hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten. all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to
Shut the
enter the
fuck up.
city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place." Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there, against the odds? It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation, or a warning. Our worth.
But anyways, yeah. No, I don't get turned, but I have stolen in this game. Let's all take it in awe of the graphics. Yeah. Not gonna look at it. It says the Latin plaque which reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous, oh my god, I can't speak. Never speak. Shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain. For this shall be their final resting place." I don't want to speak anymore. Ooh. Interesting. And down we go. See, this is what I mean when that statues get turned into. But it's creepy because they fucking look at you, look. No. Okay, yeah, okay. Which one was my flashlight again? Oops, no. No. Okay, sorry. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. Okay. There we go. I was looking for my flashlight. It's very pretty and stuff. So. Yeah. So yeah, it says the many shall suffer for the one who sins. I know, it's just chatting. I was having it as a surprise. I didn't fix it. People gotta go crazy like that, dude. Okay, so, how do I fucking change it from my phone here? This one does show up for Twitch, but, hold on. Let me pause it real quick. Because and also I didn't know if I was going to be able to play it or not, if it was going to like lag or anything, so that was another reason why I didn't update it yet. Okay, we're all good? Is it all, it's all updated? Alright? Yeah? Alright. It's okay. You know, people have lives. So, my silent stream doesn't have any of the sound alerts or anything like that yet, because I haven't set it up, so I just have my alerts for like people who follow and all that stuff. Defeats the purpose of a silent stream. No. Because I don't know how to do that. I said no! No. See, now I'm definitely not going to come back. Anyways.
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse. She'll suffer the same fate I did. I spent a lot of time searching for a way out. The inscription was
I don't want to stretch very much because I don't feel good last.
And here there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now. And find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
I've been trying to eat, and a lot of things have not stayed down or have upsetted my stomach very bad. Don't do it. Don't give him his points back. He said he wants to use them to harass me, so no. But it's only like certain things. Mm-hmm. Like Cheese Whiz. I made enchiladas the other night, and I tried to have some earlier. Do you know how heartbreaking that is? To eat enchiladas and they don't settle with you? It hurts my heart. It hurts my heart really bad. Oh my goodness. I will time you out myself. Yeah, see, Laz, people miss you, and people think that I banned you when you don't show up to my streams. So when that probably happened, I was probably testing something. And I think I was trying to stream something on Steam, and it was lagging, and I figured out what it was. It was my overlay, actually. So that's why I don't have an overlay with the Xbox game or when I'm on Steam. So don't yell at my mod. Don't yell at my mod. So I have been drinking water. And that's also why I haven't been streaming for like the last couple of days, or I've tried to and haven't felt good. So that's why I have not been here. Let's look at the graphics. Apples. I mean, okay, come on, look at that. Look at that. Fucking vine looks real.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me
I don't want the stream to lag. Oh, look at my everything. I forgot that's the name I put. I'm no one.
Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess. You're not from around here, are you? Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you? And what were you doing in this shrine? No idea what you're talking about. Oh, wait. Are you a bit, you know, not right in the head? That's all right, friend. Everyone's welcome here. We sort of lose track of the date down here, but it feels like the beginning of spring to me, so I'd say early March? It's 817 AUC. Sorry, you look confused. 817 years since the founding of Rome. Which part of the empire are you from, exactly?
That doesn't help. You can say before and after first.
CE? No idea what you're talking about.
No,
But
I'm
listen,
not putting the email
most
on
folks seem
vodka.
a bit confused
You guys
when they
used it
get
last
here,
time.
but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
I'm gonna time you all out.
Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule. And the punishment for breaking it's, well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming?
Make sure you time out last too. Time them out for 20 seconds. It's not Mr. Clean. It says his name right there on the screen.
Follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. Since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your pretty new friend, Hilarious?
Okay, so those statues right there, that's like right past him. That one right there. Those come to life and will start killing you if you break the rule.
Drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her if I were you. She's, it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Hilarious. We're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You better go with him. Just remember.
You guys keep breaking the law in my chat.
What was that?
Keep it up. I will end the stream right
I
now.
said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please. Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the golden rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you,
Bye, Avery.
rude shock.
Have a good night.
Because the golden rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. He's up these stairs.
Sorry, I want to make sure you guys had something.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name? A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of Athena. You must be a woman of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago. Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed.
What?
No fights, no theft, nothing.
What?
Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Yeah, what? I'm not hearing anything.
Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sin."
Don't encourage him. Don't encourage him.
Together, breaking the law here will anger the gods, and
I found emotes that look like him.
punishment, like the curses of Medusa and Midas
Someone
combined,
did.
turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
Okay, what counts as a sin here?
Question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy,
Yeah.
trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
Says, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. What is legal isn't always moral, and many of your laws and customs are considered barbaric to Rome.
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world.
Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond, from Gallia to Judea. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations. And when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws
Look
forbid
at the Leaning Tower of Jesus. I'm just kidding.
as well as theft and arson and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric. Are you talking about our practice of decimation? Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring tribes without a disciplined, formidable legion. You mean the blasphemous cult responsible for burning down half of Rome last year? It's hard to blame the people for being angry about that. Of course. But with fewer rights come fewer responsibilities, and the right to be protected by their fathers and husbands. On occasion, but our gladiators are almost all volunteers seeking glory, or condemned prisoners who would have been executed anyway.
You know, if you don't like the Goofy movie, you can get the fuck out of my chat.
What else would we do with those prisoners of war who would otherwise have been executed? Besides, there are laws for their protection as well. Well, right now, you're a long, long way from home.
Yeah, bitch,
I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I will be keeping a close eye on them. You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you?
Giving away my clothes.
2,000 years? That is unfathomable.
Look, I hate to tell you about this, but no.
In your time, what did you see? What had become of us, of this city? I have imagined it, our downfall, 1,000 times, but it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
It is something that she's about.
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me?
So that's what the book were.
I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
Goofy movie is great, okay? I didn't believe in magic shell, which is a ice cream topping that hardens, until I watched an episode of South Park. I was like, what the fuck's magic shell? I went to the store and found some. I'll do my best.
I suppose that's all I can ask for. Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot. Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less
I feel that
the independence of your investigation, the better.
with the canned cheese, you either like it or you don't.
Well, all right. There are those who wish to vote me out of office so that they can pursue their own misguided political agenda. Frankly, their selfishness and recklessness risk destabilizing the entire city. I would be looking very carefully at them if I were you.
Are you showing me seal emotes? Because I probably saw those too. I saw a lot of things. Two. Okay, I didn't see that one. Sorry. I didn't mean to snort into the mic.
If I understand Persepone's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the golden
Expect that.
I won't be able to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be thrown back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
Talia showed me an emote.
Ah, good. So, are you with me?
Because the notification said seal on it. She was sending me seal emotes that I had seen already, but this one I had not seen. So. I don't know which choice it is.
No, I don't suppose you do. But I'm hoping that even if you're not burdened with a sense of self-sacrifice, you'll at least see the sense in self-preservation. Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city.
I wasn't expecting that shame.
If it will win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless of course you wish to leave.
Sorry.
Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately. Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right. If you're snooping around in my possessions, you're wasting your time.
Scintilla to Cynthia's. May Jupiter. Oh my gosh. Maximus continue to protect me. continue to protect and guide you. Thank you for making me your daughter and for the lovely birthday pendant. I promise I will wear it always. I feel so safe and fortunate to have you as my father and Senta as my sister. I sense you've been feeling apprehensive about the election next month, but if you meant to show them the strong, dependable man I know you to be, you will be re-elected, I'm sure of it.
I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want? I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that? Really? I'd never have noticed, what with your flawless accent, appropriate attire, and impressive mastery of our customs. Now, remind me, why are we having this conversation?
This bitch.
You know, some people say it's the creation of an all-seeing God who's watching everything we do. But what kind of an awful, incompetent God would let my sister go missing on his or her watch? Did you hear that? Curse you, coward! Where is my sister? What do you have to say for yourself? No response. Nothing. That's what I thought.
Well, at least we know blasphemy doesn't break the golden rule.
I'm telling you,
Did you
this
put
mysterious god of ours has to be asleep on the job. Either that, or, like people are saying, it really is just a children's fable my
Did you put
father
sunglasses
is
on my cat, you
exploiting us
want?
into behaving.
On my cook.
I suppose we will.
This bitch right here.
Ugh, what is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped and figure I must know a way out too. Is that it? Well, that's just a stupid rumor. We have no idea what happened to Scintilla. I wish you mouth breathers would just leave me alone. I don't know. Can you tell me how a person could have disappeared from a city with no exits and no crime? Was she snatched away by the harpies?
Shut up. Guided.
That doesn't surprise me. To him, it was like a prize cow wandering off from its paddock. He's upset, of course, but he says he's too busy with the election to help look for her. So he's letting Horatius do the heavy lifting. Some good that's done. It was 3 weeks ago. We ate our evening meal together.
I mean, at least she cares about her sister missing,
Happy.
so I give her that.
In love. We went into our rooms, I went to sleep, and when I woke up, she was gone. That's it. I think so, yes. But she was very careful about keeping his identity a secret, even from me. I don't know, but it's been 3 weeks since she disappeared, and he hasn't come forward. That might speak to a guilty conscience. All I know is, whoever he is, he's still here in the city.
I love these graphics, by the way.
You really aren't from here, are you? All Roman women are named after their fathers. I think it's their way of branding us, like cattle to be sold at market. His family name is Sentius, so I'm Sentia because I'm the eldest. And my little sister is formerly Sentia Minor, but she is affectionately known as Scintilla. So you'll help me find her?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, thank you. You should probably take a look through her room. It's the one just by the front door. Maybe you'll find something the rest of us missed. Thank you.
If I want to die, okay. Scintilla to Cynthia Sancinta. May. I don't know. Memento. Give you the strength to forgive me. I am sorry to leave you this way, but I have found a way to escape, and I must take it. I hope we meet again someday. Lies, I'm not gonna fucking steal it. I only go and steal shit when I'm gonna
What have you discovered?
get to end. It says I found the letter in her room, which mentioned her plan to
Really?
escape.
I swear, I searched her room top to bottom and never saw that.
It was put
I
there.
wonder how I could have missed it. Strange, but well done, I suppose. But it's odd. It was only a few months ago that Scintilla's friend Yulia let slip she was planning an escape of her own. And yet, Yulia's still here. You should go and speak with her. Find out if she knows anything. She lives in the villa next door.
Let's take a second to look at these. These are the only statues I think that don't like look where you go or follow you.
Citizen.
Citizen.
Hey Horatius, how's it feel knowing your man's doomed to lose the election today?
You're trying to goad me into an argument. It won't work. I'm a stoic, remember?
If the old man couldn't even keep his own daughter safe, how can anyone trust him to keep us safe, eh?
Why do I get the feeling you lot had something to do with Scintilla's disappearance?
That's it. Blame everyone but yourself.
If I find out you did something to that poor sweet girl, not even the Golden Room is gonna protect you. Got it?
As if I'll be afraid of you, little man. What were you two talking about? Don't play dumb. I saw you. Having a shady little chat with old man Sentius up on his balcony. If he's making a last-ditch effort to pick up votes by talking to a woman, he's even more senile than I thought. Everyone knows women can't vote.
Thanks for the warm welcome.
Couldn't stay away, huh, lovely? She's not here. Had to carry her to Lucretia's clinic this morning. Shrine of Apollo. She was acting sick. Faking it, if you ask me. Typical.
Do you want to know his story? It's no story.
The name's Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus? You go through me. Too bad. He's busy. Unless... No. You don't look like you could afford it. I'm glad you asked. See, he's a busy man, and this is an important day. He'll be inside practicing his victory speech for tonight. Left me strict instructions he doesn't want to be disturbed. So if you want to see him, I'll need something valuable in return.
Okay, cat.
Dunno. Something good. Bribe? That's such an ugly word. What I'm looking for is more of a tribute to me, your soon-to-be patron. If you set one foot in that villa without permission, I'll skin you alive, you Pusilla Semitarius Mocus.
I think he called it something bad. Hello.
A new face, Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? It must be completed by dusk, just the same as any other official business. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and Malleolus, the challenger. Why do you ask? All of the male citizens who are willing and able to attend, unless they're running, of course. That's just the way it's always been, I'm afraid. It never sat right with me, either. There are some women who can vote, Vestal priestesses like myself, but in this case, given my role overseeing the election, I've decided to abstain. I can't allow the perception that I'm being anything but fair and independent. But if it's any consolation, there are other ways to influence the outcome of an election.
I'm gonna bribe people.
By using whatever gifts the gods gave you. Nothing
Just
untoward.
kidding, I'm kidding. There's none of that in here.
Oh my. I take it people are quite direct where you're from. I suppose it's quite charming in its own way. Usually, however, you wouldn't simply march up to a Vestal priestess and without due formality or courtesy ask, "What is your story?"
That's how I know.
The proper approach would be to arrange an introduction through a mutual acquaintance in high office, by which time you would already know how to address me. And then you would find a way to satisfy your curiosity rather more indirectly. But to be honest, I've often thought what an unnecessarily formal way to communicate that is. So, let's do it your way. You just keep being yourself and ask whatever you like. It'll be a refreshing change. You know, I'm
I
not
like her.
entirely sure. But what about you? How did you end up here?
A young woman named Karen dragged me out of the river unconscious and sent me in here.
Karen, you say? And nothing about that name seemed odd to you?
It's an older name, but not common, not uncommon.
Older. I see. I wonder if... No.
Come on, spit it out.
I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just that you've got me thinking. Have you spoken with any of the others about how they arrived here too? I really think you should. Go around and ask them what they remember and see if you notice any patterns. Good. Thank you. But please be careful. I just don't want to see what happened to Livia happen to you too.
What happened?
Up until a few weeks ago, she was a perfectly productive member of our little community, darning clothes and cutting hair. She was always so chatty, always seeking out newcomers and asking them where they were from and how they wound up here. And then, about a month ago, she suddenly changed. She withdrew, stopped working and became despondent, started muttering to herself.
Galerius and I visited her to see how we could help. But she just looked at us with this haunted stare, called us bloodless shadows, and told us we were ignorant of some pattern. Look, it could be unrelated. Perhaps she simply fell ill. Or, as Galerius suggested, the weight of the golden rule was too much for her. But there is a small chance that she learned something, saw a pattern nobody else saw, and that it broke her. I just don't want to see that happen to you. So be careful, will you? Thank you. Now,
I could tell you
follow this letter
everything that happens in this
and come back to me
gameplay.
if you discover any patterns.
What fun would that be?
Come back to me once you've acquainted yourself with the rest of our neighbors.
Yes, I can hear you.
Name's Rufus. Better watch your step.
Okay.
Can't talk long. Got to stay sharp, but family's from Solution and Tigris. Babylon progress. But I've been roaming a long time now. Even joined the legions. The 6th. One they call Ironclads. Magistrate made me toss it in the chasm. Stupid. Going to have to improvise now. Because we're all in grave danger. Is it not obvious? Same way as everyone else. If you were dealing with what I am, you wouldn't be either. None of your business. Introiting it some kind of show.
Rude.
If we have to.
Just asking.
Meliodas. Not sure I trust Sentius. Couldn't even protect his daughter in a city without sin. How's he going to protect us? No. Whatever.
Whatever.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Yulia. She was a good woman. She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it.
What a bitch.
Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath. Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day or in the next hour.
Just tell me
And I
it's
will
still.
not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this year, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that Genetricum Fututo and scratching his eyes out.
I'll get back.
Well, come back if you get sick or injured. Day or night, I'll do what I can.
Okay, Cat. Thanks for leaving me. We're friends. And you're over here just leaving?
How'd you do? Salve, stranger, and welcome to our idyllic little slice of the Empire. I'm Dacius. Terrible shame what happened to Yulia, but we just have to carry on, don't we?
Rude.
You mean, how did I end up here? That is a lengthy tale. All right. Well, you see, I'm in the business of procuring rare and precious objects liberated from the enemies of Rome. Mostly sculptures, vases, the occasional slave. Fetch a magnificent price in Roman high society. Had myself a nice little shop in Rome, just off the Forum. Lots of foot traffic and close to the docks. Good place to be when the fires broke out. See, about 7 months ago, half of Rome caught on fire. Everyone who couldn't get to an outer gate was running for the river, hoping to escape by barge. So I gathered my coins and some priceless vases into a cart and had my most loyal slave girl, pretty young thing named Acantha, push it for me. All the way down to the river, I'm elbowing for a stampede of people, turning back now and then to make sure she hasn't legged it with my valuables. But, to my surprise, we make it, and I see this barge loading up, and it's so full it's almost sinking. But the captain's happy to take my coin, so I start boarding, and then he puts his hand on my chest and he says, "No, too heavy. The cart or the girl." So I did what anyone would have done.
You chose the cart, didn't you?
Of course I chose the cart. I mean, I can always buy a new slave girl if I still have my money. So I put my hand on the cart, and I guess you realise what was happening because those pretty black eyes of hers go all wide. And in one swift motion, she topples the whole bloody thing into the Tiber. Naturally, I dived in after it, hoping to salvage my fortune. Only, I guess I must have hit my head or something, because everything went black. And when I came to, I'd washed up on the riverbank, not far from here, with nothing in the world but a single silver coin. I couldn't agree more. I mean, sure, I'd lost a few thousand denarii, but I've already made it back, and this place is a veritable treasure trove. Look around you. There must be more gold in here than in the treasury of Rome. If I can just figure out how to get it out of here. Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000 denarii.
Well, let's just fucking get that shit.
Oh, it's perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid. Take it or leave it. Hear what? You sure you're feeling all right? If you're hearing things, perhaps you should pay a visit to Lucretia's clinic. We don't want another Navia on our hands. She claimed the statues were whispering to her. Nobody else could hear it. Then she shut herself in the palace and we never heard from her again. But I digress. Do you want this Sylphium or not? That's hardly my concern. But if you get a job, work hard and save your coins, you should be able to afford it within, say, 5 years?
It makes you want to just karate kick the shit out of this guy.
Very well. Perhaps I can interest you in something within your budget? Very well. Another time.
Come on,
Greetings and salutations. Greetings. I'm Georgie. It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. We must
Is Laz still in here? I'm right about to steal something.
sartorial friend, your clothing is most extraordinary. Leather boots in place of sandals, trousers with precise stitching, and such a curious design. I have traveled distant trade routes from the markets of Damascus to the farms of India, and never have I seen anyone dressed quite like you. Tell me, I must know. From which exotic part of the world do you hail? And now you have me more intrigued than before. But since it appears you do not wish to share, I will wait until we are better friends. We will have much time here to get to know one another. But for now, do you require assistance? I know you do not require clothing, so information perhaps? My story? How kind of you to ask.
I like knowing their stories.
And I run the humble shop in the forest. A good question. A very good question.
Are you guys enjoying the game so far, at
I would
least?
be happy to tell you if only I could remember it clearly myself.
I know it's not very actiony.
I remember I had just been to Rome to
It's
sell
a lot
an
of talking.
extraordinary selection of wares, and droning in coin, I decided to celebrate my success. I rented a prestigious villa by the Tiber, invited over a few select friends, and we began making our way through some of the most exquisite wine money could buy. Quite a lot of it, in fact. Now, I have had visions and awoken in strange places before. I have even found myself naked in the desert sands more than once, but none of that compares to this. This time, I remember people screaming, then falling into a void as empty as time before creation, gasping for air, and then nothing. When I regained my faculties, I was lying naked by the banks of the Tiber, gods know how many miles from my villa. Indeed. I'm lucky I was carrying a little extra weight. I believe it kept me afloat. In any case, it seems I'd been rescued and resuscitated by a benevolent stranger. I went to find firewood for his campfire, stumbled across a cave, and discovered that trapdoor temple. And here I am. Anything you like. I hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend.
Make sure you stay away from that empty shrine. It's going to collapse at any moment. Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil. You arrived on a sad day, friend. What with Julia's death? I wish we could have met under better circumstances. Oh, it means someone thinks I'm a sinner, and that I'm going to break the golden rule.
I don't think we ever find out what his name is.
Anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking.
Like what his actual name is.
Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company.
I see.
And when you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Noviomagus, you expect a bit of hostility. The Batavi are not known for their tolerance. I saw enough friends killed or driven away to know the cost of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for, what was it, nearly 10 years? Watching what I said and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground, halfway across the known world, with an assumed name, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened folk of the Batavi. Nice of you to say, but not necessary. In any case, the Romans are far more accepting, and among them, I get to be who I am. Or at least, I thought that was the case. It seems I was wrong. It's not just graffiti. I have quite a collection of handwritten notes too. The strange thing is, I keep my personal affairs to myself. I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. So I'm not sure what I could have done to upset this person.
Oh, the music's really nice and
I'd say it's probably one of those cultists. Strange bunch. They insist there's only one god, and that he considers my nature a sin. Can you believe that? If there are any of them here, they won't admit it. Not since they supposedly burnt down half of Rome last year and went into hiding. All I know is if these threats keep escalating, eventually my secret admirer is going to cross a line and break the golden rule. What? Really? I didn't expect that. But thanks. It's always a pleasure to meet someone so selfless. I'm glad you arrived when you did. I'd start by figuring out who the cultists are. Or maybe ask around among the merchants here. Someone who lives or works in the forum must have seen something. And if you find them, please don't hurt or humiliate them. I suspect they're just confused. Come back and let me know what you find.
Okay. So this is gonna happen.
Help! You have to do something. A man arrived in the baths. A real nasty sort, with his face all covered up. And he's got a weapon. You have to do something, or he's gonna break the golden rule. Fabia, but now's not the time. Are you going to help or not? Thank you. He's still in there, somewhere. I have to hide. Find me in this empty shrine when it's over. Hear what? What? We don't have time for this. I have to go. What? Why? All right, fine. Come and find me in my bakery instead. Please be careful.
This bitch right here.
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know where he is? Thank you. For your service to the Empire, I'll let you live for now, but you'd best make sure our paths don't cross again.
Oh wait, I fucked that up. Oh.
Curse you, cultist.
Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready for me to steal something? Alright. So the other thing. Come here, archbitch.
You there? I'm sorry to trouble you, but I couldn't help but notice that fine bow you're carrying. No idea how you managed to get your hands on it, especially in the light of our dear old magistrate's ban, but I'm impressed. And before you ask, no, I wouldn't dream of trying to buy it from you. I have no use for a wooden bow myself. But I would like to propose a joint business venture of sorts.
Fortune smile on you, sister.
Tell me, do you have any idea how people here end up as golden statues? Well, between you and me, I found an old scroll from years ago, hastily written, in which the author claimed something extraordinary and terrifying. He wrote that when the golden rule is broken, statues spring to life all over the city, wielding golden bows and begin firing golden arrows at the inhabitants.
Which is what happens.
Supposedly, 1 or 2 of those arrows is enough to turn a full-grown man into gold. Now, of course, that is a travesty, a terrible, horrible waste of human life, which has to be stopped.
He doesn't believe that.
On the other hand, I can't help but think of a tale told by that Greek fella Esau, the goose that laid the golden egg. With the ability to transmute organic matter into gold, one could create infinite wealth. Use your imagination. Golden animals, insects, trees and plants. The Midas touch without the drawbacks. We are talking riches beyond imagining. And even if we were to split all those riches between the 2 of us, half of infinite wealth is still infinite. Interested?
Sure. I think the Golden Goose is meant to be a cautionary tale.
Excellent. So the first question is, how do we get our hands on one of those golden bows? Now, I have a plan, but first, tell me, are you familiar with the story of the goddess Diana?
I mean, I am, but...
No problem. Allow me
What
to
could
explain.
possibly go wrong?
Diana is our goddess of the hunt, the
A
moon.
lot could go wrong.
Depending
This guy's a bitch.
The one thing priests and poets agree on is that she carried with her a golden bow.
Besides, like,
And it just so
the
happens
Emperor, or whatever, the head honcho guy, and, like, the villa next door.
And would you like
This
to
guy's a
guess
dick.
what she's holding in her hand?
The golden bow.
Precisely. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent in that temple staring at it, trying to figure out how to retrieve it without breaking you know what. Oh, gods no! If you tried that, we'd all be dead within moments, I'm sure. No, here's what I propose. You give your bow to me, I cover it in a thin layer of gold leaf, and we create a replica of a golden bow. Then you enter the shrine, extinguish the braziers, and under cover of darkness, swap out the fake for the original. It's not theft exactly, it's more of a trade. But make no mistake, this is a dangerous path, and there's no way of knowing where it will lead. But in my experience, all the best adventures begin with a risky first step. Now, you must have questions. Ask away.
Why can't you do it yourself, bitch?
I'm more of an ideas man, whereas you're obviously the more resourceful and heroic type. I have complete confidence in you.
Yeah. Okay. That's all the questions I have.
So, are you in, partner?
Bitch. I'll do it, but don't ever call me partner.
Wonderful. Now, if you'll hand over your bow, I can get started applying a layer of gold leaf. This is a quality weapon. Now, bear with me for a moment. And here we are, a gold leaf bow. Now I've gone and unlocked the Shrine of Diana for you, so as quick as you can, head on inside. It's just at the end of the street on the left. May the gods not watch over you. Partner.
This bitch locked me.
Wonderful. Just go ahead and slide it under the door for me and I'll unlock it for you. A little bit slow, aren't you? Yes, I locked you in, and until you give me my bow, you're gonna stay in there, like Tantalus in Tartarus.
Is this not against the golden rule? You said you split the riches between the two of us.
No, technically, I never said that. I said, if we were to split all those riches between the two of us, infinite wealth is still infinite. It's hardly my fault if you can't tell the difference between a hypothetical and a promise, now is it? Oh, I do love a good loophole.
Yeah, can I trust
You're just
you?
gonna have to take your chances, I'm afraid. The bow, now. Don't even think about giving me the fake one. I'll recognise my own handiwork.
And if I gave it to you, just leave me in here.
I would reconsider my position quickly if I were you. I'm not sure if you noticed, but you're stuck in there with a hornet's nest, and they can be rather aggressive toward intruders. You know, some say it takes 27 hornet stings to kill a man, but I always wondered how anyone could have known that. Let's find out how many it takes to kill a woman, shall we?
I don't know why that's so pretty. Mo! Mo! Thank you for your bits. Your bitties. Your itty bitties.
My beloved Galatea, I write this
How are
so
you?
that one day,
How are you doing?
when we're finally together, you will understand what I've done and why I had to do it. The others will call me mad or a monster, but I don't care what they think. Everything I'm doing here, I'm doing for you. I'll start at the beginning. Soon after my arrival here, as I walked down a corridor lined with golden statues, I thought I heard a whisper behind me, a rasp of air, as if vocal cords of metal strained to say a word or two. I tried to dismiss the idea, tried to concentrate on my work as the city's medic, but that tortured whisper haunted me. Weeks later, in the hallway to the bathhouse, I heard it again and found myself drawn to the statue of a Roman woman wearing a stola. Her face was contorted with anguish and fear, and, disturbingly, it was as if she was looking right at me. As I walked past her, I heard that strained whisper again, and turning back, I discovered, even though I was near her, she was still looking right into my soul. That was when it dawned on me. This wasn't a statue. This was a woman trapped within that golden prison. Naturally, I told the others, but when I could not reproduce the results of my experiment, they would not believe me. But from that moment on, I knew the full horror of this place. Immobilized within these statues are living human beings. It was that day, my love, that my heart broke.
shit. Ah! What's up?
You're not supposed to be here.
Oh shit. Okay, so that lady that was just telling me I wasn't supposed to be here. You'll see what happens. It's kind of disturbing. But if you've noticed, those statues are alive and attacking me ish. Anyways. Oh, come on. No, no. Oh my goodness. How am I missing this bitch? Mama. Okay, so anything that I steal or take in the Forgotten City, and when I have to go back. I don't think. So anything I take when I come back here, I keep everything. Oops, I fucked that one up. Yeah, I was supposed to hit the face first and then shoot the object. Save it. Blood.
My beloved Galatea, after I learned the terrible truth about the golden statue, I wandered the city as if in a nightmare. What must life be like for these poor souls, entombed in gold?
Okay, so this lady, the one that was like telling me that I shouldn't be here. Right, so what she's been doing is trying to find, I think she's trying to find a cure with the golden statues. I can't remember. Because all those golden statues were actually once humans, like actual people, right? So the peeled statues are statues that she's been kind of hacking away at. So that's what the peeled statues are.
It kept alive somehow, trapped in their own personal Tartarus, consigned to eternal torment, too horrific for any sane mind to comprehend. I tried to offer them what small mercies I could. I began to talk to them, to keep them company. I'd imagine backstories for them, give them names, and tell them of the world, of the histories and stories I'd learned as a child. As the others became more concerned by my charity, I sought solitude from them, preferring the company of my tormented charges. Discovering a way into the abandoned palace, I began to spend my days walking its halls and sharing with its occupants ancient tales, my mind turning to those of Apollo and Daphne, Perseus and Medusa, and Pygmalion and Galatea. Pygmalion, the sculptor who fell in love with a beautiful statue, and who, praying to Aphrodite for aid, discovered that his beloved Galatea had come to life. It was then that I heard you whisper to me, Galatea. Forgive me. I know that is not your rule, just one I had borrowed from story. But when I turned to look at you, I saw the most exquisitely beautiful woman ever known. Your face, forever frozen in a look of haunting sadness. Our meeting gave me new purpose, to free you from your golden prison, so that I might one day hear you speak, not just whisper, your true name to me. So I gathered tools for the long and difficult task ahead, barred the doors to this place, and set to work.
shit. Fuck that up. Fine, bitch. Oh, you're trying to kill me.
My beloved Galatea, my attempts at freeing these souls from their golden prisons have not been going to plan. My first charge was a Greek woman who I called A.Auditore after the Athenian turned to stone by Medusa. Drilling through the gold that encased her, I was vindicated by the discovery that beneath half an inch of gold, which is so rigid it must be some kind of alloy, was living flesh. Unfortunately, this golden alloy seems to have fused with the skin, so removing it exposed the sinew and muscle beneath and appeared to cause her great pain. At first, I braced myself, expecting that inflicting such pain would break the golden rule.
Back off, bitch!
Whichever god is responsible for imprisoning these poor souls does not care about their suffering at all. They are forsaken. Undeterred, I pressed on, working late into the night, attempting to remove the golden layer that encased her as delicately as I could. Eventually, I was able to free most of her body, but when I released her from her restraints, her first act was to lunge for my throat, clawing at me with all her strength and those sharp metal talons. This was my thanks for trying to save her. Whatever possessed A.Auditore to attack, she was clearly not a suitable subject for my experiment, and I was forced to lock her inside an isolated wing of the palace and bar the door. As I continued working on others, I could hear her flailing and launching herself at the other side endlessly. Regrettably, my other experiments bore similar results, and after relocating a few times, most of the palace is now too dangerous to work in.
Yeah, she's skinning them alive.
Aches to know that you're suffering.
Like the statues are still alive. Like
not until I have perfected a method.
This dude's still alive.
Whole in both mind and ensuring your humanity is preserved.
Like, oh no, they're attacking me.
We will be together, even if I have to free every last statue in this god's forsaken place.
Like, oh no, they're attacking me. Why? Why would anybody ever attack me? Let's stay right here. Yeah, I'm gonna right. Sorry. That's what they look like. Oh, I was eating a strawberry. Yeah, so she's been skinning these the statues. I'm not supposed to be eating strawberries, but I do anyways. them, but not really. So this is a voice that's been like whispering to me. And this is the crazy lady that's peeling all the statues. So she was the one that was, they were saying that was cutting hair and all that stuff, and then just kind of, this is the lady.
And you must be the wretched snake who broke into my palace and disturbed my experiments. And worst of all, look at what you made me do to her. This never would have happened if you just stayed away. You're going to pay for that. Liar! I locked and barred the gate. I left a message warning you all to leave me alone. I just wanted to do my experiments in peace for her. And now look at her. You made me turn the most beautiful woman I've ever seen into this. Look at her. She's in agony. All I wanted was to spend my last moments with her, to see her beautiful face, to hear her speak freely, instead of in those cryptic whispers. But as soon as I began my work, she stopped.
Well, are you gonna come up here?
And now I discover she started whispering to you instead. What's so special about you? What do you mean, the same voice? Yes. I remember when they used to whisper to me. They did sound similar. I just thought it was because all voices sound the same when they whisper. But now that I think about it, they were all benevolent and seemed to share a common knowledge. But if these bodies are mere conduits for that one voice, then this body is nobody. And everything I've done here was... Wait. I see what you're doing. You're trying to steal her away from me. Were you planning to wait until I'd done all the hard work?
No, crazy lady, I want to get the fuck out of here.
Liar. You tried to steal her away from me, and now look what you made me do. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't peel you too. What are you talking about?
So they got trapped in the tunnels under the city and came up inside the palace.
So you're saying you weren't coming for us?
I can fight back, but I don't want to break the rule yet. And plus I have to get something from her.
So I did all this. I ruined her. For nothing. What have I done? Oh God, I feel sick. I can't bear the thought of her being like this. And in so much pain. It's the air. Coming into contact with her flesh. It's agonizing for them. But the only way to fix it would be to break the golden rule and let it run its course.
Yeah, she's
that way she'd be golden again, and we'd be together.
What?
All it would take is one.
Sorry, I'll stop.
It's too late. There's nothing you can do. I have to do this. I'm sorry. What? How? Really? I'm not sure I believe you. But if you can undo this mess, I'll give you the key to my old medical chest in the Shrine of Apollo. I imagine it would help Lucretia ease the suffering of those still in the city. But if you're lying to me, I'll break the golden rule and kill you and and everyone else in this city. Understood?
Fair enough.
You did it. You took away her pain. I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you. I swear I will never harm her again. I swear it. I'll stay here to keep her company. But these poor souls, what can be done for them? I've tried everything I can. I fear the only one capable of releasing them properly is whichever god doomed them in the first place. In any case, I must honor our bargain. Here's the key I promised you.
Cutie boy.
It opens a chest in the shrine.
Cutie boy.
I believe there are
Cutie
a
boy.
few things in there which may be useful to Lucretia.
I don't trust you. I don't trust you sometimes. Sometimes you're a dick. Thank you.
Now, please leave. The door here leads out onto the palace balcony. You should be able to make your way down from there.
Cutie, how would you look like?
Go.
Don't you bite me, you
And
little
never
shit.
return.
Get up. Get down. Get down. You gonna bite me? No. No, fuck off. Stop it. Oh my goodness. Don't freeze on me. And that's how one dies. It wasn't even that far of a drop. Okay, so, what? Okay, so, lads, I'm gonna go and steal some shit. I'm gonna fuck this guy up. Shit, you ready?
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Motherfucker. Why'd you turn around, bitch? Go. Hi, I'm gonna hide in here, thanks. What's up?
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and why you look like you've just taken on a gladiator and lost? I don't think so. I've never seen you before in my life. Oh, Bacchus, how much did I drink last night? Sorry to have bothered you. Oh, and since you seem to be in a hurry, you should try out this device I made. Worked real hard on it. Just attach the pulley to the rope over the lake and hang on to the handles. If it works, it'll be faster than walking. And if it doesn't work, worst thing that can happen is you'll take a swim in the lake. I haven't quite summoned the courage to test it myself. But don't worry, it's completely safe. Probably. All right. See you around.
Okay. Oh shit. was meaning to grab that flower. Point stare.
Fortune's smile on you, sister.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned. She needs the resin of a plant called silphium, but that Culus cumulatus decius won't give it to me.
I think she said fucking bitch, but I'm not certain.
What? Quick, give it here. Yulia, you need to swallow this. Here, let me help you. Hopefully, in a moment, she should be able to breathe normally. That was extraordinary. How did you know she needed this exact thing? And at this exact moment? Are you some kind of oracle?
Yeah, sure.
Look, if you don't want to tell me, I won't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Probably.
No matter. That was like the gods hearing my prayers and intervening. You just saved a person's life, and you should be proud of yourself. She might even be able to thank you herself in a few moments. And maybe she can tell us who poisoned her, and who she meant when she was muttering about that snake's cruel black eyes. In the meantime, I'm happy to help you with whatever it is you need. I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician. This is Nevia's clinic. I've just been filling in ever since she disappeared. I'm tired and out of my depth and miserable all the time. But I'd rather take this on myself than let one of you lot mess it up.
How did you...
My husband and I moved to Rome from Caesarea. He embraced the Roman way more than I would have liked and turned into an awful philanderer. I would have divorced him and demanded the return of my dowry, but I knew he would sooner have me killed than give me my right. So I waited for the right time to take what was mine and disappear. And then the fires came. As he prepared to evacuate our villa, I gathered our most precious belongings, coins and gemstones, and the moment his back was turned, I ran. I could barely see for the smoke, and the streets were full of people trampling each other. I ran for the river, like everyone else, and leapt in. The next thing I remember, I was waking up on a riverbank, not far from here. It's all right. Say what you will about this place. At least my fornicating husband will never find me. And while there's no shortage of snakes here, at least with the golden rule, they have to try to be discreet about it.
Oh my god.
Gladly. That's a shame. Thanks again for saving Yulia's life. Apollo smiles upon you.
You're welcome.
Oh,
Biha.
It's you. Sorry, I'm still a bit out of it. But thanks for trying to help me, I suppose. Was there something you wanted? Lucretia says I'm supposed to rest. You mean my life story? Oh, well, I grew up as part of a big family in Rome. Me and 3 older sisters. Our father found good husbands for my sisters, but I wasn't cut out for that kind of life. So he found me a job as a scribe for a prominent merchant.
Squishy
It
my
was a good
emotes.
life for a while.
Until 7 months ago when the fires came. My colleagues and I worked desperately to try to protect our
Squish you.
warehouse.
No, just kidding.
We must have had 100 workers passing buckets of water, chanting prayers to Vulcan, but they fell on deaf ears. The fire was relentless and it claimed everything and everyone. Well, almost everyone. My employer told me to grab what valuables I could and flee for the Tiber with the crowds. I remember diving into the river and then... the next thing I knew, I was waking up on the riverbank not far from here. Thank you, but to be honest, sometimes I think dying in that fire might have been a blessing, given what's happened since. I can tell you, but it's a long story.
Bitch, I have all the time in the world.
All right.
Is there a short
I'd
version?
been here about a week. When it dawned on me I'd be trapped here for the rest of my life. I could hardly breathe and I knew I had to get out somehow. So when my new friend Aurelia offered me a secret way out, I would have done anything. And then I learned her asking price. 1,000 denarii. She was supposed to be my friend. I told her it would take me years to save up that much. So she suggested I take out a loan from Malleolus. And I did. I'm not proud of it, but yes, I was surprised he agreed to it, to be honest. I was so happy to have the money I didn't question it. I had to sign an agreement saying I'd work off the debt over 30 years. But I figured I'd be out of here so soon it wouldn't matter. I paid Aurelia, and she gave me her so-called way out. Do you want to know what it was? Hemlock.
Oh.
Drink this, she said, and you'll be out of here in no time. Of course, I demanded my money back, but she refused. She pointed to a sign on her tavern saying, "Let the buyer beware." Then she just looked at me with those cool black eyes and she laughed. She immediately told Malleolus I'd tried to escape without paying him back. Only he didn't seem upset or surprised at all. In fact, he just thanked her. And that's when I realized the two of them had planned the whole thing from the beginning.
Yeah.
That's what I said to the magistrate. I went to Sentius and begged for help, but he said the law was clear. I'd signed over my labor for 30 years and there was nothing he could do. I thought about resisting too. But Malleolus said if I didn't submit, I'd break the golden rule. And I couldn't be responsible for all those deaths, so he locked me in his villa. Confiscated everything I owned as collateral, and made me wear immodest, humiliating outfits while I worked day in, day out. His wife Claudia was just as bad. She sent me to work on an endless stream of futile, demeaning tasks. I'd be on my hands and knees, scrubbing the floor clean for hours, only for her to pour slop on it and hiss, "You missed a spot." Those two took everything from me. But they forgot to confiscate...
Oh, we'll see him in a minute.
We'll
see him. Yeah, so she tried to...
I just wanted it to be over. But it seems I messed that up too. Should have drunk all of it. I brought it on myself. I trusted one of the most callous human beings I've ever met, and tried to swindle the other. I don't know how I could have been so stupid. When I've recovered, I expect their thug Domitius will come for me. He'll escort me back to their villa, and I'll be right back where I started. Only this time, I won't be able to lull myself to sleep at night with the thought of a permanent solution. Honestly, it would have been better if the poison had been allowed to run its course. I doubt it. It seems this is the fate the gods have chosen for me, for trying to escape. At least until someone breaks the golden rule. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad. A lot. But it doesn't matter. I made a suicide pact with Ulpius last night. He's in exactly the same position as I am. Malleolus and Aurelius set the same trap for him a month after they did it to me. He and I are in this together. He's probably already thrown himself from the bluff into Malleolus's villa by now. If so, I'd never be able to live with myself, knowing I broke my promise to him. I doubt you could make it up to the bluff in time. I don't know who you are, or why you seem so determined to help me, but thank you.
A golden bow, just like Apollo in the...
I'm probably not going to make it in time. Okay, so has anyone kind of figured out what's going on yet, or?
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far? All right, well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh, no. No. Orpheus, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life?
Okay, if you
working
think
for a
you
man who
know.
treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius. Please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him. Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
Go on then. Go ahead. Sorry.
Let me guess. You're going to lecture me on how suicide is a crime against the Empire. I screwed up my life. That's what's wrong. I borrowed money, and when I couldn't pay it back, I wound up in debt bondage. I'll be stuck slaving away for that Culus Cumulatis Malleolus for the rest of my life. I am out. Wherever you are, Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no! I can't believe he went through with it. Oh Lord. Poor lamb. have to let everyone know what happened. And I guess Malleolus will have to clean up the mess in his villa. It's of his own making, after all. And I'd best pray for poor Ulpius.
I can't. It's like, jump, bitch.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm delighted and deeply honored to be elected.
By the way, this is good.
Leap into my villa from the balcony 100 feet above? That was either extremely reckless or impressively clever. Well, why have you risked life and limb to see me? My name is Marcus Malleolus Gertus. You seem to have confused me with someone else.
No.
You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different colored eyes. And I'm hardly the only person with the condition. Alexander the Great had it too, as it happens. I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural-born ruler. Nothing more. Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Now, was there something else you wanted? I'm Malleolus, and if it wasn't for this interruption, I'd be practicing my victory speech for the election later today. I trust you can see yourself out. Through the door this time. There's a key just beside it.
Oh my
and now
you would say that.
And now I make this
I'm not supposed to be in here. Talk. What business could you possibly have with me? My marital affairs are no concern of yours. Thank you very much. An intriguing proposition. Go on. Perhaps you're not as silly as those clothes make you
I like the way
look. What makes you say that? You know, I may have the very thing you're looking for. Some time ago, when he still cared for me, he wrote me a love letter. Only, he used the wrong name. Now, addressing one's wife by the wrong name is not unheard of among philandering Romans. But in this case, the name he got wrong was his own. I confronted him about it, and he stammered through some incoherent response. I let it go, eventually, and yet questions have lingered in the back of my mind ever since. But wait a minute. Why exactly are you helping me? I couldn't agree more. One hand washes the other, as they say. It seems our interests are aligned. I imagine knowing his true identity will give me the leverage I need to manage him appropriately. But first, I need you to do something for me.
Sure.
I want you to bring me some wine. Just one small urn should do it. Oh, don't look at me like that. I know this must be hard for you to wrap your sweet little pleb head around. So what do you need me to spell out? Let me tell you something about Malleolus. He talks a lot about freedom, but what he doesn't tell you is that he means freedom for men. After all I've done for him, counselling him through his entire election campaign, and he had the audacity to lock me in here.
Rich.
He said it was for my own good, and that my drinking was unbecoming of a lady, let alone the wife of a magistrate. I'll show him unbecoming. Tonight, at his victory party, I'm going to get good and merry, and if he tries to discipline me again, I'll threaten to expose his true identity in front of everyone. I am so looking forward to it. So, you'll help me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Here's the letter. Now, perhaps you can tell me who Quinctius really is. What? He's... Oh no. That's... quite a lot more serious than I imagined. I only want
Apparently he's the one that started the fires.
Not to destroy him. Give me that immediately. Nobody else must know.
Oh, I'm having Tom.
Thank you. Now, I appreciate your discretion in this matter. I think it's best if you go now. We'll speak no more of this.
Bye. Oh my god, Les, shut up. No.
Isn't
Fear
the great
is
temple
proof of a
majestic?
degenerate mind.
A new face, Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? Interesting. I'm not sure why you're telling me, but you've come to the right person. Did you find a pattern then? What have you noticed? Yes, I understand many of our friends were carried here by a river current. What else? Yes, I suppose that could be something. But then most of us do tend to carry coins on our person, don't we? What else? That's true. I know I wasn't entirely sure how I wound up here. It's as I feared. I think I understand what poor Livia has been going through. Let me ask you this. Did you happen to encounter a stranger in the forest before you arrived here? And did you happen to catch her name? I see. And was this Karen by any chance wearing a hood? Because I've seen her before. There's something I think you should see. I think you'd better follow me to the baths.
What? How could you know that? And why are you talking to me instead of doing something about it?
Please, go and stop him, and come back to me once we're no longer in danger. Keeping an eye on things, Horatius?
Help! You have to do something! A man arrived in the baths. Real nasty sort, with his face all covered up. And he's got a weapon. You have to do something, or he's going to break the golden rule. Thank you. He's still in there, somewhere. I have to hide. Find me in this empty shrine when it's over. What? Why? All right, fine. Come and find me in my bakery instead. Please be careful.
Oh my god, Les, shut up.
I am looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know where he is? Thank you. For your service to the Empire, I'll let you live for now, but you'd best make sure our paths don't cross again.
Hello? Hello? My name's Dooley. I live here now because I got in trouble and they said they had to lock me up. I don't know. I don't remember things so good. That's because I was looking for treasure. But I wasn't. I was just looking. They said I did it. More than once. But I can't remember things so good. Then they called me mean name. They called me a liability.
A liability?
They said I have to live here now. And gave me this letter. But I'm not good with words. Do you? You think you could read it for me?
It says, I'm writing you in relation to your incorrigible antisocial behavior arising from your obsession with the alleged lost treasure. While I am sympathetic to your plight, I am passing of your guardian. Hannibal, some weeks ago, I wish to impress you an important message. The treasure you seek does not exist. Given your memory limitations, it seems likely you simply misremembered. More importantly, since you have on several occasions been caught trespassing, including around cisterns, which are strictly off limits to all citizens, I have reluctantly come to the conclusion that you are a liability to this community and must have your freedom limited, lest you break the golden rule. It is my hope that this letter will assist you in remember why you are incarcerated should you experience further lapse in memory.
What does it say?
Did you message me? Did you message me on Instagram? You're correct.
My treasure! My friend Hannibal used to look after me. He said he always would. But then, he died. It was very sad. He said if anything ever happened to him, I had to find something very precious hidden away. He gave me this key and made me promise to keep it safe until I found the treasure. But I couldn't find it. All I remember is he said something about the cisterns. But when I went up to the high one, they put me in here. Now nobody looks after me. Except my friend Galerius. And Ek, the priestess lady. She's a nice lady. Hannibal said I shouldn't give it to anyone I didn't trust. But maybe you could help me get out of here. Then I would trust you a lot. Galerius already tried that. He said the magistrate wouldn't listen, no matter what. Galerius? He's nice. I like Galerius. He made me a doll and everything. If you help make him magistrate, he can get me out of here, and I can give you the key to my treasure. Hannibal said it was
just because I feel like it.
I can't remember what it was, just that it was way up high and very precious. Bye-bye. Hello. Have we met before? Bye-bye.
I didn't mean to, like...
Salve, Dooley. How are you doing today?
I'm sad.
Okay, what was I gonna do? Oh, that's
I don't think so, my friend. It's election day today.
Where is she? Always remember they are watching me. Okay. Oh, goodness. I'll wait till you see it in full light. Hold on, let me go back home.
To the baths?
Yes.
Follow me. But don't follow too closely. We can't have people thinking we're bathing together.
Why? We're both females. The men do it a lot. We have to have parties. Also, I do want to put like this.
You're here. You were asking how I knew the young woman you met by the river was wearing a hood. Here, look down at the bottom of the baths. It's a little hard to make out in this light. If only we could see. Oh, what a marvelous lamp. But do you see it? Somebody waking up by a river in a forest to find a hooded figure with a coin. It's just as you described it, only your pronunciation is a little off. The name you heard wasn't Karen. It was C-H-A-R-O-N, as in Charon, the ferryman of the dead. Charon, who, in exchange for the right coin, helps the souls of the newly deceased cross the Styx, the river that separates the land of the living from the land of the dead.
When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, but all I found was some loose change. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry. I take it you know what this means. I'm afraid so. It's all starting to make sense. All these people whose last memory was running from the fires toward the river. It seems none of them escaped with their lives after all. Perhaps we should be grateful they don't remember their final moments. It also tells us that the Golden Rule is the work of Pluto, the god of the underworld, and why his epithet has always been Father of Riches.
Oh, Hades?
I know it's a lot to take in, and you look as if you have questions, so
I got my Corby.
That was my first thought too. In the old stories, the underworld was where the souls of the deceased were taken. It was also possible for the living to reach it without dying, if they were particularly fearless. So I'm afraid I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting you're not from here. If you were Roman, or even Greek, you would know these stories. Each of them is slightly different, whether the storyteller was Plato, Homer, Virgil, or Ovid. But they always involved the souls of the dead meeting a grim ferryman named Charon on the bank of a river. It was said that he'd helped the new arrival.
I thought I already did that.
Only if they could pay him with a coin, an obol. That's why it was once our custom to bury our loved ones with a coin in their mouths. Charon's obol, we called it. Of course, an obol was a kind of Greek coin, because we inherited this knowledge from the Greeks. To be fair, the ferryman isn't exactly as the poets described, and he, she, they seem to appear to different people in different guises. You say you saw a young woman named Karen with a hood, and I once heard Kabash mention a stranger in a ram headdress named Kerti, and Rufius described meeting a stranger named Kamut Tabal wearing an eagle headdress. But whatever form this stranger took, they were always wearing a hood of some sort, and their name always began with a K sound. I suspect the only way you'll solve this riddle is if your paths cross again. Now that we know where we are, we have to figure out what to do about it, if we don't want to be cast into gold for eternity. We don't have much to go on, except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular about heroes in the underworld. Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter. Orpheus, a Thracian poet. Sisyphus, a king of Ephyra, and Aeneas, a Trojan hero. Hercules was able to leave the underworld because he cowed its god with his strength. Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the underworld to Proserpina to help them escape. And finally, Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit guide, who led him through a secret gate. So it seems you have two options. To confront the god of the
wait, yeah, I forgot you do get to see him.
Find a way to escape with the help of Proserpina or some
But isn't one of like... So this game has like different endings. There's like a bad ending, good ending, great ending. I think there's like 4. Okay, hold on. I think there's like 4 endings to it. Yeah, it's one of those games. So, and I was trying to go for the good ending. I can use it.
All Romans try to avoid saying it, and the reason is quite simple. He might hear us. You may refer to him as Peter, if you wish, but you'll only be calling attention to yourself. Do so at your own peril.
Hades.
As I mentioned, both Orpheus and Sisyphus were said to have persuaded Proserpina to help them escape, and Aeneas was guided to the exit. The problem is, those are the stories of a poet, a self-aggrandizing king, and a brawler about their own heroic deeds, so they should be taken with a grain of salt. First, Proserpina. What we do know about her is, well, it's a grim tale. It's said the god of the underworld abducted and dragged her here against her will, forcing her into marriage. If the stories are true, then I suppose so. The problem is, how do we communicate with her without being noticed by her captor? Leaving that aside for a moment, there is also the possibility of a spirit guide. I don't suppose you've come across one of those in your travels. Truly? And you're only bringing this up now? Then again, I suppose you were worried I'd think you were as mad as Navia. Can you tell me more? Is it the same voice? What kinds of thing does it say? Fascinating. Perhaps she is a benevolent spirit. Or perhaps... Perhaps you're hearing the voice of Proserpina herself. If she has indeed been abducted, it would make sense for her to speak in cryptic whispers to avoid detection. Tell me, has she told you anything that might lead you to the way out? That is strange. There are no rivers here. Let me think on that. Well, as far as I can tell, water flows into the city from an aqueduct, into one of the 2 systems, the upper system. If that's the current she's talking about, then perhaps you need to get into the upper system somehow. I vaguely recall wondering what was in there, but the door at the back of the great temple is locked up tight. You might be able to get a key from the magistrate, but if that doesn't work, perhaps you can find another way in. Let me know if you find anything in there. It's a reasonable question, but the problem is, this place is fairly well designed to keep us here.
Daddy.
There's no way to
That's Big Daddy from
And even if you could build a ladder big enough, just trying it would break the golden rule. We know that, thanks to the writings left behind by those who've tried. Shh! Is everyone so blunt where you're from? Oh. That option would be the boldest, but also the only way to learn the truth about the golden rule, and maybe even put an end to it. As I said, Hercules managed to overpower the god of the underworld, but he was a demigod. Forgive my candor, but you are no Hercules. I'll admit, you do seem different to anyone I've ever met. And even that lamp of yours looks like something Prometheus might have stolen from the gods. So, if you want to confront him, I'll help you as much as I can. Who knows? Perhaps your name will be uttered in the same sentence as Hercules one day. But first,
no one.
with you know who, and for that, you'll need to enter the great temple overlooking the city. The problem is, the door has been sealed shut for as long as I've lived here, and there doesn't even seem to be a keyhole. I suspect the answer lies in the desecrated obelisk in front of it. I'm not sure if you noticed, but there are 4 plaques missing from its base. It looks as though somebody, or a series of somebodies, forcibly removed them, and in doing so, dishonored and angered our divine keeper. If you could recover and replace all 4 of those missing plaques, I imagine he might be willing to receive an audience again. It's the towering stone monument with 4 sides and a pyramid-shaped head that stands before the great temple, a dedication to the god of this place. You'll find them all over Rome, but of course they were looted from Egypt many years ago. It seems one of them made its way here too, although how is a mystery. However, this one is unusual in that each of the 4 sides is decorated in a different style: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and another I don't recognize. That means you'll need to recover 4 different plaques: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and a 4th, a mystery plaque. Good question. To answer that, we first need to ask who would have defaced the obelisk in the first place. It would have had the god's name engraved into it, so it may be that whoever desecrated it wanted that name to be forgotten, and there's only one group of people I know of who might want to do that. There's a cult in Rome that often argued there is only one true god.
I like how they're calling them a cult.
They've been known to start fires, as well as deface religious monuments whose existence challenged their beliefs. If I were you, I'd go looking for them. Of course, they've all been in hiding since the fire last year, so finding them won't be easy. But I did hear a rumor they have a secret shrine somewhere in the city. Perhaps, if you could find that, you might be able to recover the Roman plaque. I don't know. But perhaps you should begin your search with the local Greek fellow, Georgius. His store is in the forum. Perhaps Kabash, our Egyptian resident, will be able to tell us. Unfortunately, he disappeared weeks ago. But I did hear Aurelia is peddling rumors about him at the tavern, so perhaps you could talk to her, or just take a look in his room. I'm afraid you're on your own with that one, but perhaps the goddess will help guide you to it when the time is right. Alright, I would suggest not discussing this with anyone. The best we can do for them is to let them remain oblivious for as long as possible. As for Livia, it seems she's been shouldering the weight of this terrible secret all this time. Perhaps it would comfort her to know she's not alone. In any case, time is of the essence, so you'd best begin. May Fortuna guide you, although you may not need her with Proserpina on your side.
Oh, there's a body down there. Okay, so let's sit down here. Okay. So. Sorry, I was reading my mouth. So what does everybody think about the game so far? There's like a lot to do in here. I mean, of course it repeats and stuff. Like certain things I have to do over a few times, but so far. You do.
Ah, a fellow traveler from a far greetings. I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our...
Okay, sorry.
My friend. And in a city full of Romans you are asking me? Because I am Greek. Let me tell you something about Greeks and Romans. My name is Georgios, yes. But they do this all the time flat. At first but my point is this. If the plague and besides... I hope that our paths cross again soon, my...
Sorry. Some of the stuff I have to, like, just skip it through. Really? I thought you guys, I don't know why, but I thought it would probably be boring with the continuous, like, repeating and going back and redoing everything. I think the ones that came before Egyptian.
Just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls. But it does not notice the cries that come.
Like, I know the name, like I can see it, but I don't know if I can spell it. And it starts with an M. Okay. I know what they look like. They have the like the braided beards, I think. Yeah, that's one. The Babylonian. That's what it was.
Say it. Speak its name. Then it is true. I was right. I thought I saw it, but when the rest of them could not, I kept thinking I must have gone insane.
Let me double check.
It was true over and over again, until I wasn't sure if I was deceiving myself. I must apologize if my words seem cryptic. I'd found comfort in reciting the Metamorphoses by our great poet Ovid. He gives such an uncanny description of this place. I cannot help but wonder if he himself came here. Would you like to hear it? I will do my best to remember the relevant verse. There is a downward path, gloomy with fatal yew trees. It leads through dumb silence to the infernal regions. The sluggish Styx exhales vapor, and by that way,
The shadows of the newly dead descend, entombed with full rites, and the ghosts of those, at last, given proper burial. The wide, thorny waste is cold and pallid, and the newly arrived shades are ignorant of the road that leads to the Stygian city.
We don't get to meet the other
Black
gods,
has
like the ones you
his
were talking
cruel
about. We
palace.
just
As
end
the
up
ocean
going
accepts
through
the rivers of
those,
all the world, so this place accepts all the souls. And
those
is never too
versions
small
of their
for any
underworld,
populace,
basically.
nor
But we don't ever get to
notices
see
crowds
the
that come. There the bloodless shadows wander
underworld
without
god.
flesh or bone. Some crowd the forum, some the house of the ruler of the depths. Others follow their trades, imitating their previous lives. And still others incur punishment. I hope I have done it justice, and now we share a secret. It's as if you've lifted a great burden from my shoulders. Thank you, friend. I think I should rest.
Like, I don't know if I can, figure out if I can steal keys or not. Anyways. Oh my god, okay, so, like, so everybody knows, it's no mystery. Assassin's Creed is like my jam, right? It's my jam. So, when, oh, anyways, sorry. So I got like really, really excited when they mentioned Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla, right? So I was like excited, but like Origins, oh my goodness. I was like so happy for them. Origins is very, very
I saw you use the device I made, and it worked!
Yes.
Anyway, I'm sorry to ask, but is there any chance you'd be willing to do me a favor?
Sure.
Well, I've been trying to get this rare flower from the rock spire in the middle of the lake.
The
It's
noise
too
is
steep
so-
to climb, so I
When they
over
mentioned-
the lake and made this pulley device, only I couldn't.
Origins, I was like,
to use it. Do you think
and
you
it's
could
really
use the
cool
device
because in Origins we
to get that
actually,
flower for me?
like their DLC or whatever, or their add-on that I got, I actually get to see some of the pharaohs, but I have to actually fight them, unfortunately.
Oh, thank you. It would help me a lot. There's no rush, just
that game is just like
chance.
so beautiful.
All right. See you around.
Like words cannot describe how beautiful that game is. If there was like a game I could forget, it would be Assassin's Creed. Just so I could replay it one more time. Just so I could re-experience it. I know it's weird, but I forgot what I was doing. I was going to do it for over. I gotta time it just right too. Oh shit! Let's. I know shit. Like, besides, I want them to make Aya for Assassin's Creed, like have her story and stuff, because I really want to kill Cleopatra. It's so fucking bad. Anyway. Yes. God. Anyway. I need to. I'm just preparing myself for 3, because like, okay, hold on. I don't hate 3, I just hate Connor so very much. Hey dude, what's up? Here's your flower.
Ah, it's you again. Hope you're settling in, friend. Now, what's on your mind? Brilliant! You did it! Well done! This is going to make her so happy. Equitia, I mean. Now I just have to figure out how to give it to her.
Just give it to her.
What I really want to do is walk up to her, give her the flower, and confess I've been madly in love with her since the moment we met. But on the other hand, I can't shake the feeling that the consequences could be terrible.
I should say no.
You mean, aside from her execution? You see, Equitia is a Vestal priestess.
Oh,
She's taken
don't worry, don't worry. This big dog right here.
Serious affront to the gods and a capital offense. Even if she was just suspected of being unchaste, it could lead to her execution. Unchaste Vestals get buried alive. Oh, and I'd get flogged to death for good measure. But at the same time, she's just so kind and graceful. I feel so much love for her that if I don't tell her, it'll burn a hole in my chest. I don't know what to do. What do you think? What would you do?
I think you should tell her consequences be damned.
Now that I hear you say that out loud, I hear how crazy it is. I think maybe I need to be a bit more cautious. What I need is a go-between. Someone who can tell her how I feel and find out how she feels without risking her life. What do you say? Do you think you could help me one more time? Wonderful! Now, all I need to do is give her the flower and tell her it's from a secret admirer. Tell her I'll keep my distance and that I just want her to know that she's loved. Thank you. Come back as quick as you can and tell me what she says.
Ave again. Did you find what you need? Oh, how lovely. It just happens to be my favorite.
She doesn't even look at it, she just like sticks it in her pocket.
I see. So, it's from Galerius then? Of course I do. I think everyone in the city knows. That man is a wonderful human being, and my favorite person in the world. But he is the least subtle, secret admirer you could imagine. The way he looks at me with those puppy dog eyes. Plus, he's been trying for weeks to get his hands on this flower. He went to so much effort, too. Suspending that rope above the lake, inventing that pulley device all on his own. He'd just stand there each morning, looking at the flower, trying to summon the courage to seize it. Oh, my heart. Tell that adorable oaf that my Vestal's vow of chastity ends once I turn 36. So if we ever make it out of here, and he doesn't mind waiting a few years, then tell him I love him too.
Aww, sweet.
I hope so.
Of course he's gonna be happy.
See you again soon, I hope.
Oh my god, how the hell did he get 101? Holy crap. Oh, this place.
Fortune's smile. Ah, it's you again. Hope you're settling in, friend. Now. Thanks. What did she say?
She knew it was from you.
Venus, that is the best news I've ever heard in my life. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You have no idea how happy you've made me. I wish there was something I could do to thank you properly, but I don't have much to offer you. All I can do is tell you where there's a secret stash of coins you might be interested in. In the rock tunnel, near the stairs, there's a little doorway set into the rock. Inside, if you look carefully, you can see a chest. Unfortunately, one of those golden huntress statues is blocking the path, and I'm not game to move it. If you can figure out how to get past it, I reckon there might be a small fortune waiting for you. I hope that helps in some way.
I have to break the rule.
All right. See you around.
Okay. Now... oh, the plaques. Okay. So let me see it right here. So everybody likes this game so far? I was really worried that you guys wouldn't like it. So, alright, now, it's all going.
Salve.
Oh, there we go, okay. I can ask him for the key, but he's not going to give it to me. So let's go ask about. Oops. Let's go ask her. I mean, I kind of already know where she's at. Anyways, so... I love the butterflies. This place is accursed. Here. Oh. I don't even know how to say that. Offers up his innards to be torn, stretched out over 9 fields. You, Tantalus, cannot catch the drops of water and the tree grasp at eludes you. You, Syphilis, attack I'm probably sure I said that wrong, but okay. Attack or pursue the stone that always returns. Turns and follows after himself and flees, and the 49 BBs who dared to plot the destruction of their cousins, their husbands, fetch again with labor and the water they have lost. Nothing else. No. Pretend never to read again. There is a place up here. Okay, this is where I need to go. Oops. Another funnel. Okay, go. Oh, the key's right there. Let's do it. Hey. Oh my gosh, Bia. I almost stole that bread on it. I got that one. Amazing. Oh yeah, that's right. That's where it's at. I can't get in there yet. Oops. I gotta go talk to that bitch. I swear it did.
Gracious? Looking a bit troubled there. Don't be too hard on yourself. From what I hear, nobody's
love
coming.
your clothes.
Anyway, I thought you
So
Stoics weren't supposed to worry about things you can't control.
Oh, you're here. I'm so glad you decided to visit. I'm Aurelia. And I hope I'm not being too forward, but the moment I laid eyes on you, I was intrigued. There's a light in your eyes I've never seen before. A certain learning and sophistication.
I think the pot's clean. Don't waste your breath and make your whole person.
How dare you! Get away from me, you pig! Oh, do us all a favour and drink hemlock, Caput Murder.
How dare she?
Oh, do us all a favour and drink hemlock. You stay away from my money.
I don't want your money, bitch. I think I fucked that up.
Galerius?
Gracious?
Isn't that
a bit troubled there?
Still no sign of Santana.
Yeah, don't even want to know what she called me.
Don't be too hard on yourself. From what I hear, nobody's coming. Anyway, I thought you Stoics weren't supposed to worry about things you can't control.
Yeah, but I keep thinking, what if there is something I can do? What if she's out there somewhere, suffering, waiting to be found?
Sounds like you're torturing yourself. Leave that for the gods.
is she? Well, I mean, I kinda am, I guess. Okay, so. It's the fact that they just leave this stuff to there.
Horatius?
Beautiful.
Looking a bit troubled there.
Name's Rufus. Better watch your step.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
No idea what you're talking about.
Nobody saw it coming. Anyway, I thought
Yes,
you
so
stoics weren't supposed to
what
worry
are you
about
going to
things
do
you
about
got
it?
control.
Yeah, but I keep thinking,
And why should I?
what if there is something I can do?
The one true
What
God
if she's out there
says
somewhere,
that
stuck
for
on
man
her, waiting to be found?
lie with another man
Sounds like you're torturing yourself.
is an
Leave that for the gods.
abomination.
Try to relax. Get some rest.
His presence here
Tomorrow's
is
a new day.
a threat to us all.
He doesn't like anybody here.
Well, I don't know. Maybe God hasn't noticed yet. But when he does, we're going to have a problem. There is only one true God. And he laid waste to Sodom and Gomorrah because of exactly this kind of thing. I am doing that. If I was about to get everyone else killed, I would want someone to stop me. I don't like where this is going. I have no idea what you're talking about. Unless you want your jaw broken, I think it's best if you don't ever talk to me again.
She's not gonna help me.
Oh, do us all a favour and drink hemlock, Caput Murder.
Bitch. I fucked up on that one. I was supposed to be nice to her.
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
Wow, isn't that a big long bow?
Salve!
Salve!
I'm trying to remember what's his name is? Kabash. Kabash. Oh, that's true.
Greetings and salutations.
Salve. Ah, a new face. Salve. I hear we have... Nice to talk to you.
Where the fuck is this place? I'm trying to remember where the temple thing was supposed to go to. Why don't you jump? Okay. Oh, that's where I just was. Oh wait, I don't know. Oh my fucking god, Miles.
Come and join me by the fire.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream here, actually. Because my head is starting to hurt. Yay. Yay. Let's save it. Let's save it. So. Okay. So, as I was saying. Yeah, I'm sorry. Look, my head hurts. Because it's been kind of. Yeah. I haven't been feeling really well lately. So. Otherwise, I'd keep playing. But. I would play this game until like the end. So, with that being said, we're just gonna chat for a little bit, okay? Let's just chat. Just chat for a little bit. My mind is like in every which way right now. Anyways, so. I'm not done yet. Don't freak out, people. I'm not done. Chill. Okay, just everybody calm down. Calm down. Okay, so gathering by the reactions so far, everybody enjoys the game and likes it. Okay, yeah, graphics are all nice, story's all good. Okay, so everybody likes it. I'm trying to think what else is going on in the game. I'm trying to remember what else goes on in the game, so there's quite a bit that goes on actually. So I'll go ahead and try to do the 2 endings where we actually get to meet sorry, the Lord of the Underworld. It's the Lords of the Underworld and Terror. Sorry. So yeah, I'll get it to where we get to see the Lord of the Underworld. Pluto. They call him Pluto in this one, but he goes by many names. Anyways, so. And then I'll try to do the other ending that I want, the good ending. So I'll try to do 2 endings the next time. Try to remember what else. Oh yeah, well, because that's during their Roman times, so Pluto would be. Yeah, okay. Anyways, the Romans destroyed a lot of shit, and I'm very, 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 very angry with them. Okay. They destroyed like a lot of shit. Anyways. But yeah, I'll try to do the 2 endings. Just for Bia so she can see Pluto. I don't know if that's actually both. I don't know if the endings that I'm thinking about are both the one and the same. So I don't know. They might be one and the same. If they are, then it's just the one ending. Anyways, but yeah, it actually makes me kind of happy you guys do like that you guys are enjoying the game. I don't know why I thought you guys would find it boring with the time loop and going back and forth and all the talking. So it makes me happy that you guys are actually enjoying the game. yeah, okay, so when I first started playing this, and like, and I had to talk to everybody to figure things out, it was like, it was really weird because it was like they all talked about a river or a coin, and I kind of knew some of the history of this going in, and I was like, okay, river, coin. I was like, are they all dead or something? So, but when I talked to the priestess and stuff and found out, I was like, go me. But yeah, the plaque that I'm going to get now, the Egyptian one, we'll actually get to see different places, but they're not really big or anything like the game outside. It's just like layers. No, unfortunately, we don't get to see any of the gods except for Pluto and his wife, who's like next to him, which I was kind of sad about because I actually wanted to see the other gods too, but we don't get to see them. But when I play Assassin's Creed Origins, we get to see some of the pharaohs. No, I don't think so. I don't remember. Well, when we get the plaque, we'll find out. Oh my god, totally. No. But yeah, that makes me really excited you guys actually like the game. It always makes me happy that you guys enjoy the games that I play, because sometimes I'm just like, obviously don't like it. But anyways, I'm always like that with games. If I'm feeling well enough tomorrow, I'll stream. So, but I don't know what I will stream. I don't know if I want to stream, if I am in the mood to stream more of this game, or if I want to do more of Sinking City. Probably take a vote, because I know there's how much is left in Sinking City. Actually, hold on, let's look to see how much what's left in Sinking City. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, he's the father of the underworld, so it makes sense. But it doesn't say daddy. Okay, so no, don't ban Bia. So with Sinking City, there's like 3 things left of the main quest, and then I still also have a couple side quests too for it, and then I have that one side quest that I didn't know if I was going to stream or not on screen, so I guess if I'm feeling well enough tomorrow, I'll take a vote to see what game everybody wants to watch. Oh, sorry. What else? Am I missing anything? Do we want to raid somebody? Refresh right now to make sure everybody's live. Who's live? We can raid Katie. We're gonna raid Katie. She's playing Dead by Daylight. Okay, so yeah, I like I said, if I feel well tomorrow, I will take a poll on what everybody wants to watch, and it's either between Sinking City or the rest of Forgotten City, because I don't, yeah. So, and then also, thank you, Queen, for your follow earlier if you're still in here. And Mo, also, again, thank you for the bits. What am I missing? What am I missing, guys? What am I missing? Thank you guys for joining me, wasting your time, spending it with me. I appreciate it very much. I love you guys very much. I enjoy having you guys spend time with me, so. And I'm glad you guys enjoy the games that I play. So, even if I tell Laz to shut up all the time. Yeah, I hope I feel better too. I'm just tired of my stomach being angry with me, and I don't know why. You're like, I don't mind, I have my own command. Anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and, oh my god, we're gonna go ahead and raid Katie since she's playing Dead by Daylight. What emote do we want to go with? Let's use the Spinny Kitty. I always like the Spinny Kitty. We'll use the Spinny Kitty for the raid. Anyways, again, thanks everybody for joining. Yeah, I thought that was a bug. And again, thank you guys for everything. I hope everybody has the rest of the good night. Or morning, whatever time it is for you. But, yes. Good night, everybody, and I will see you all later.
Hello! Yeah, it works, thank God. How was the stream?